So this is the basics of how to sign up for Twitter for a professional account and some of the ins and outs that will help you in your quest to use Twitter for professional means. First of all, you're going to put in your first and last name. This is your professional account, so you want to make sure to be accurate and honest. And then, of course, an email. If you already have a Twitter account that's not professional, then and you've already used your email account for that Twitter account, then you actually have a solution to that. If it's a Gmail account, that's the best way to go. If it's a Gmail account, you just add in, put in your username for your Gmail, and then plus, and then anything you want. I'm going to put in today's date, so 2/25/15, and it'll recognize that as a new Gmail, even though it's not a new Gmail. And the great thing about that is that any notifications you get that you want will actually go to your original Gmail, and that plus sign just fools the some websites into thinking it's a new email. So then put in a password that you are comfortable with, and then sign up for Twitter. Okay, so it's giving me suggestions for my username. The suggestion that some of my colleagues give is to pick a username that's short. So that way it'll take up less space in your tweets. You're only allowed 140 characters, so you don't have a lot of space in your tweets. And to include a long name and a reply to somebody can stop you from getting as much information in a small tweet because of the long username. So pick something short if you can. So I'll just do I'm just gonna pick the one that they offer here, even though it's not really one I like, but it'll work. So then I'm going to click sign up, and make sure this is unclicked. You don't want to have any of that other baloney. All right, so now it's introducing me to Twitter, but I already know this stuff. All right, so right now when it's going to give you all these other options for who to follow and all this stuff that you don't need. So what you can do is come up to the URL, and you can delete the end of twitter.com and then hit enter, and it'll take you to twitter.com. It'll take you to your login page. All right, so here are suggestions, of course, for people that they want you to follow or think you might want to follow. I just ignore all that, and I don't follow celebrities unless they're celebrity scientists, just because I don't really care what they had for breakfast, right? Anyway, so up here, this yellow bar is confirmation of your email and whatnot. So if you check your email, you should have a link in there or an email from Twitter saying, is this really you? And then you affirm it or confirm it, whatever you want to call it. Or if it's not there, you resend confirmation. I'm not going to mess with that right now. That's pretty straightforward as far as what you need to do with that. All right, so one of the first things you'll need to do after creating your account is to not be an egghead. So this is your profile. You can also get to it by clicking on your name over here. If you click on the egg, go to Adam Taylor profile view or view profile or whatever it is for you guys. And you need to change that picture from an egg. Right now, everybody's going to see you as an egg, and friends don't let friends be Twitter eggs, as my friend Kyle always says. And that's a real easy thing to do. You just click on the avatar where the avatar will go. It'll open up and give you options for pictures to put in or take a picture depending on your account or if you have a webcam on your computer. So you can upload a photo, take a photo. Most people would suggest that you try to use a professional photo if you can. I tell my students when they sign up for Twitter, as long as they don't have a picture of someone else or them with someone else, that, you know, put in there whatever you want. If you want to put a picture of your cat, that's fine. But we mostly suggest putting in a photo of you in a professional setting or looking somewhat professional. Next, you're going to do your bio. The bio is a brief description about yourself, and you want it to be accurate. So let's say you're an educator. In your bio, you should include something about being an educator, because when people see you on Twitter, they're going to want to know who you are before they decide whether or not they're going to follow you. They're going to click on your profile and see what your bio says. And for instance, with me, if their bio doesn't say anything about education or things that I need to know about or want to know about, then I don't follow them. And it's nothing personal. It's just I don't know what they're going to be tweeting. And yes, I can look at their tweets and check that out. But it's important to include that information in their bio as well. So something simple. Not too long, of course, because you have limited space. I think it's 160 characters, but also be accurate in your description. Location, that's up to you. Mine just says in Tennessee, and website. If you have a blog or something or a website that you really like that you want other people to know about, you can put it there. Theme and color, I mean, that's up to you. That's your personal taste for how you want it to look, how you want your background to be. And you can also put a header photo up here of a scenery or whatever it is you want. All right, so after you put in your picture, change your bio, location, and website. If you want, save your changes. Now, one of the other concerns that comes up for a lot of people is privacy settings. And to be honest, on Twitter, if you're going to set it to private, then you probably shouldn't be on Twitter or on the internet because you need to have it wide open. And the reason you need to have it open and not set so only certain people can see it that you approve is because you're probably getting on Twitter for professional purposes, which means you're going to want to share information, have people share information with you. You're going to want to use hashtags as well. Now, if you have it on private, your tweets won't show up on hashtags, and other people, when they follow you, you'll have to come in and approve them before they can officially follow you. And so that's a mess we don't need. Now, if people are bothering you, you can block them, and that is a solution, or you can mute accounts that tweet too much, but you don't want to unfollow them. But that's more advanced stuff you don't have to worry about right now. Okay, so you can set up login verification requests. I don't. You can also set things for the photos, but the important one for here is that your tweets should not be protected. So make sure that box is empty, and then that will be better for you when you're trying to communicate. All this other stuff I just leave alone, yeah, I move on from there. All right, so not any changes on that screen. All right, so how do you find people to follow? Well, there's lots of ways, but we're going to talk about these buttons up here real quick. First, you have Home, Notifications, Messages, and Discover. Your Home will show you all the tweets of people you follow in a timeline, and as more people tweet, the more tweets you'll see, and they'll just start flowing down from this section here. This is Notifications. If anybody mentions you in a tweet, it'll show up here, or says your name or is trying to reply to you. And these are direct messages, and so to send a direct message to somebody, they must be following you back. So you both have to follow each other, and then you can have private messages. And a new feature they've added is you can have group direct messages, where I think you can have up to 10 people in a private discussion through direct message, which is a great feature to have. I wish they would have done that a long time ago. And Discover just helps you find things that you might be interested in. I never use it because I know what I'm after, and I don't I don't need their help trying to figure out those things. All right, so now it's time to find people to follow. So if you're an educator, a great hashtag to use is EdChat. A lot of people posting on this hashtag. And so I'm doing a search for that. I'm going to find somebody here. So let's say I find somebody on here that I think is tweeting interesting things. So for instance, love this chart, good to think about. So there's a link being shared there, and maybe I go check the link and I find out I really like it and it's good information. So I like the tweet this person or this account is sending, so I'm going to click on that account. I'm going to do a little investigation of their bio. So we offer ideas, information for your best days, and double that with your hard ones. Supporting kids, meaning supporting educators always. So that kind of tells me what they're about. Here's their website if I want to investigate, and then a couple of their tweets I can check out and see as well. Now if I want to see more, I can click on tweets and see more what they're talking about. But if from the initial visit here it looks like they're decent, then I'll just click follow, and now I'm following them. And let's say I want to find some other people who might be related or have some similar ideas that they're sharing with these guys. So what I can do then is click on who they're following and see who might be worthwhile. And the cool thing about that is when you click on people's followers, it gives you their bio, their name, and then you can kind of see, okay, wow, there's a lot of good people here that I can follow, and you can just follow them right from here. You don't have to do a lot of research on that. So you can find people by going to hashtags you're interested in. You can find people to follow by clicking on people's followers, or see who's following them, and then you can go investigate those people and see what you might have in common and who might be worth following for you. All right, some people get on Twitter when they first start out, they don't want to tweet anything, and that's fine. You don't have to tweet at all, actually. But if you decide you want to tweet, you can just click on the compose button up here, and you can type in your message. And click tweet, and it goes out to anybody who's following you, and they will see it. Now, if you want your message to reach a wider audience, then you include a hashtag. So I'd say the same thing, hi everyone. And I'm going to put in the hashtag EdChat. So anybody who's doing a search for that hashtag should be able to see my tweet at this point. And just as a point of interest, we'll click on the EdChat search and see if my tweet showed up there. There's a good chance it didn't, because for some reason brand new accounts don't always show up on the hashtag right away, especially if they're still an egg. Yeah, and I don't see it. So that's pretty standard. Now, if after you're following people and you want to talk to them or respond to what they say, you come to the tweet that they sent out and you reply and you say whatever you want. Great. And then I'll tweet that back to them, and that is a reply. Now, if I really like what they said and I want more people to see it, people who might be following me, then I'm going to click the retweet button, and that will send it back out again. And I can also favorite the tweet so that I can go back and refer to it later by going to my favorites, which is if I click on my profile, it'll take me to that to my favorites list. Yeah, so notifications, I said if anybody mentions you, it'll show up here. Direct messages here. And now if you want to participate in a Twitter chat that is always using a hashtag, and again, the example I'll use is EdChat. So people come on here and post ideas. In fact, they talk every Tuesday specifically about different topics. And so they will share information with each other and learn that way. And so what you'll do is if being swallowed by the spring term report writing vortex, no. So I can respond to that, me too. Or if I wanted to share a resource with her that might help her in her quest to overcome the spring writing vortex, then I would include a link and put that hashtag in there. So now everybody can see that. Anybody who's sharing on that, some resources go out. So that's how you participate in a Twitter chat, is to use the hashtag, make sure to post it in all your tweets, and keep a search of the hashtag running, as you see here. Notice I clicked on all, that shows me all the tweets. I think I mentioned that earlier, but anyway. That's the basics of using Twitter. I know it's kind of fast, but watch it again if you miss something, and you can contact me on Twitter as well at 2footgiraffe, and I would be glad to help you. So thank you.